Hello everyone, this is AnimeHeavenX23, and in today's video I'm going to go over an issue that I think about a week and a half ago, that almost a week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago, that became unfortunately apparent. And that involves right there, the micro SD card. Now I'm going to show you the SD cards that I do have. As you see, we got 3 SanDisk 512s and a Samsung 512 Evo. And then the one that is in here is a 1 terabyte Samsung. Now, before, when I was downloading games on Steam, from Steam, the 1 terabyte I put in was the first one I put in, and it has always worked flawlessly. There are many times I took it out, put the other SD cards in to put the games on it and stuff like that. It just always worked. Pop it in, just automatically appears right here. So if we go to the settings icon, go to general, go to storage, you see the external micro SD card. It always appeared every single time that I put this 1 terabyte Samsung card in. It appeared, no issues. Well, after what was it? After I think it was it was the next day actually. The 512 Samsung won't show. Neither would the 512 SanDisk. Their micro SD cards won't show, and I'm like, what the heck? So then I found a video on YouTube that showed what you can do to get if your micro SD cards do not show up and work on the Rog Ally. Now I'm going to go through the steps of what you would do, but I'm not going to actually do them because I don't want to potentially do something to my micro SD card. So basically, we'll go up, hit your little search, and where it shows, alright, where the heck are you at? I guess I must have put too many things. Sorry for taking off the camera there. Basically, actually, let's go back out of this. Sorry about that. All right, so if we go in here and you type in device manager, and you bring up device manager. Now we see where it says disk drive. You hit that, tap it again. You got your micro SD card. Tap that. This will appear, and then where it says your driver, you hit the driver. Then where it says disable device, you would disable the device, wait a couple seconds, enable the device, and then you hit your OK at the bottom there, and that go through. And then if you then go to your little folder here, hit your PC, your micro SD card would appear. Then you could go to the process. If you close this out, bring up your armor grade again, the card would appear here, It would then also appear in your Steam settings. Then you name it and go through the process of downloading your games. And every time I was going through and filling up games, filling up micro SD cards, I did that for every micro SD card. And I did that for a month and a half. No problems. And then a couple weeks ago, like I said, 1.5 to 2 weeks ago, I noticed that I just got done downloading a couple of the Yakuza games, if I remember correctly, onto my last micro SD card. And left to go run some errands and come back. And went to put in a different micro SD card for a game that I was playing. And I'm like, it's not showing up. And I was like, all right. So I did my steps like I normally do. It wasn't working. I'm like, why isn't this working? And then an error was coming up, and no matter what I did, it would not show every single micro SD card, 512, the Samsung Evo, the 3 SanDisk, none of them would show and work. That trick would no longer work. And I put my 1 terabyte in, bam, no problem, there it was. So I searched and I found that I did have indeed the micro SD card issue that is known to happen with some, not all, but some. I understand that's a smaller percent, but still happens. And I was now proof of the pudding that it does happen. And that is the micro SD card slot, the micro SD cards, whatever, not working right. And then I did my little bit more research into it. I found out that the only one on the ones that do have that issue, like mine, the 1 terabyte ones, for whatever reason, are immune to this issue. Because like I said, from day one, no matter how many times I've changed the micro SD cards, this 1 terabyte, I believe it's 1 terabyte Samsung Pro, I believe it is, has worked flawlessly. Every time I put it in, bam, it worked. And until I can afford to get another 1 terabyte Samsung Pro, because I do want to have more games, because I've always liked having every game on card so I can just swap in if I want to go back to it, or if I want to show somebody, like, oh, you have that game, you want to see how it looks on the system. I could just put the micro SD card in, show them it, they could play for a minute, and make their own judgment on it. But now I can't, because I own a lot of games now on Steam. So I decided to do something that I don't really like to do is, every time I beat a game, I take it off the memory card or the internal SSD. So I choose, and then I can put some more games on. And that's just what I'm going to have to do until I can get another 1 terabyte Samsung micro SD card. So you can, if you are having an issue with yours, you could try the step I showed you, bringing up your device manager, and then bringing up your disk drive, where it says about your micro SD card, under your C drive, double hit on it, go to your driver, disable it, wait a couple seconds, enable it, and then it should show. That's what worked for me until mine stopped reading anything but my 1 terabyte. You can try that. Maybe yours will stay working longer than mine did. Or maybe you'll realize the 1 terabyte is the only one that actually does work on yours as well. But I just want to bring that to anybody's attention who maybe didn't know about that trick. If they want to try that and see if it works. And you also, if you haven't bought a 1 terabyte micro SD card, maybe now you should. in case yours ever does go bad, where it won't read your 512s anymore. It should still read the 1 terabyte, because mine's proof in the pudding that it does. The 1 terabyte does work. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention and explain, my issue that I'm having with my micro SD cards, except for the Samsung 1 terabyte Pro. So that's, and also the little trick runaround that I found by searching it on YouTube for that fix I showed. And now that fix don't work. So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Thanks for watching this video. Hope it was informative. And please like, share, subscribe, and take care, everyone. Goodbye, and thank you.